Guess what, Netflix people? Your catalog is quietly but surely completely disappearing. That may be an overstatement by completely, but the Netflix catalog has significantly dwindled down. It shrunk by 50% since 2012 from roughly 11,000 titles to 5,302. So if it does seem like there's nothing to watch on Netflix, this may be a great reason why. So it looks like we've heard before, Netflix is focusing on original programming, and a lot of their catalog will be original programming. They had said, I think before, like 50%.
They want 50% of their catalog to be
their original if you lower the catalog of what's not original programming, percentage-wise, it is going to rise up. So I guess that's how they're going to do it. It's a little weird. I do appreciate a lot of Netflix's original programming. For instance, Luke Cage came out this weekend, and I could not figure out why I couldn't get anything on my Chromecast to play from Netflix, and I figured out because
the internet broke it.
The internet broke Netflix. Ostensibly, Luke Cage broke Netflix. Right. He is unstoppable. And I don't know. Can you charge more and then give people fewer choices?
I'm fine with it.
You're fine with it?
You know what is a big number? 5,302. That's a lot of titles.
You know what's a really big number? 11,000.
But do you remember like all of those rip-off movies that would show up?
They're still there.
Yeah, but there's a lot fewer of them, or the algorithm is better.
They're still there.
Okay, so a lot of stuff is missing, yes. Can you name one thing that's definitely missing?
Yes, they got rid of the Doctor Who. They got rid of Back to the Future trilogy. They got rid of... Did they get rid of Firefly? Is it still there?
Nope, Firefly's
still there. Okay.
Just watching it the other day.
They did take off the IT crowd for a while, but they put it back.
So yes, BB stuff comes and goes. BBC stuff, I may have forgot, dropped a letter there. BBC stuff comes and goes. Their contracts are short.
A lot of Disney's are gone.
Yes. And part of that is that there's so many more streaming platforms now than when we started. ABC and CBS have their own. There's lots of channels that have exclusive deals with Hulu, like Showtime.
I hate Hulu. Sorry.
There's lots of channels that have deals with Amazon Prime now. So there's competition in the market, and maybe it's not Netflix's fault that they're actively getting rid of stuff, but that companies are pulling their stuff in favor of their own platform or other platforms.
Maybe they cost more. Or maybe they're focusing their budget over to original programming.
So that's why I'm okay with this.
So original programming it's not cheap to make your own show.
It's not cheap, but Netflix has proved...
They're consistently high quality.
They're so good. They're so good at it. My whole list here is just good shows that Netflix makes.
Okay.
There's like House of Cards, Orange is the New Black, Narcos, Stranger Things, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Wet Hot American Summer, Master of None.
Master of None was so good.
BoJack Horseman, Voltron, continuing shows like Arrested Development, Star Wars Clone Wars, Trailer Park Boys, Black Mirror, Gilmore Girls,
Black Mirror's
MST3K.
coming out this month, season 3. What up?
Docs like Making a Murderer, movies like Beasts of No Nation. There's a ton of good Netflix shows.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying quality
over quantity.
But okay, I'm sure not all of those thousands of titles are just garbage. You could even argue the majority of them are garbage, but some of them are classics. Some of them are things that people actually like, and you can argue they're still garbage on Netflix, which frequently I see, and I'm like, this is a one-star comedy. I do not think I will be watching this.
So, yes, that's where streaming platforms are going these days. Exclusivity is the death knell of free and open watching sort of thing. The streaming platforms that you have are a great reaction to the problem with piracy because they're much better than having to buy DVDs and Blu-rays and having to pay for cable channels that you don't want. But now there's competition and there's a bunch of streaming services and there's exclusivity in those streaming services, which means eventually you're either going to have to pay for 2 or 3 or 4 streaming services to get everything that you want, or you're going to pirate again. And if you start pirating again, then someone is going to offer you a bundle of streaming services for a reasonable price, and then we're right back to cable again. So
I'm coming around to see your point, which is that with more competition, you're going to have to evolve your product to remain viable and competitive.
And I think Netflix is doing a good job of that with all their original programming. We'll see.
You've swung me around a little bit.
Oh, first time for everything.
I think there's some treasures in there that I would like to see again that I'm just not picking up right now because I didn't think ahead to write these down. Audience, Are you happy with Netflix original programming, and does it make it worth losing thousands of titles? Let us know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.